Hi, blessings everyone. It's 7:30 in the evening and it's the 25th of September. It's actually dark. It's very unusual. Well, it's a bit dark at this time unless it's winter time. So it's yeah, I guess it's saying something about how the seasons are changing. But it feels very abrupt, like it's just happened quickly. Since the equinox a few days ago, you had the full moon and then the equinox, and yeah, it's dark tonight at 7:30. It's been very intense. The equinox portal was enormous in terms of clearing and yeah. I did a video on it, but it's really been extremely powerful. Excuse me, fiddling around here. I've had a day where things are not connecting for me. I'm talking about on a practical level. It's been like that since 2018. But I've really been feeling it today. Just things like technology breaks down, and when you're about to do something, and it might seem like a small thing, but it feels really intense. So, and it's been a very, very intense day for me. So, enough about me and what's happening in my surroundings. Yeah, the message coming through tonight about the impersonal. I'm just trying to get this in the flow here. The personal becoming the impersonal. So, if you're a person who's been living a life very attached to other people, having family and friends around, and they're part of you, you're part of your life, and then it changes. And it can change very fast. There's this feeling of the impersonal. Things are no longer personal. You reach out to someone and they ignore you, or you speak to someone that you trust and there isn't an outcome. There's a feeling of well, it depends on the individual, but it can feel very painful, and particularly at a cellular level, because the cells in the body are actually dissolving the matter, the frequency of the people that you've been close to. And when this happens, then the people around you, they they disappear. They're not there anymore. There's no attachment, but there's distance between you. You feel very alone. So who do you turn to when this is happening and you're feeling confused and lost and isolated? It can feel as if you're completely on your own. Now this place that I'm talking about of aloneness and no longer having an external world that brings a feeling of gratification and love, unity and joy is gone. What happened? The space that you occupy within yourself at that particular time of it's more than releasing, is a place of, it can feel like numbness in the body. You don't know what's going on. And at a greater level, it can come with loss, where maybe you've lost a loved one, or you lose your home, you lose material things. If there's no support system, the money disappears. Maybe losing employment. You've been living a life that was based on material things and on individuals who were around you, that were always there. Now, there's different ways of describing this, but I'm describing it this evening because I've been asked to do it. It's a message that was coming through for me to share. I feel many people on the planet are experiencing this. The individual who is left on their own is usually someone who's far greater than anything material or any friends or family. They have a role to play in life, which is based on it's based on awakening up to themselves. They have something to share that nobody else can share. And if they stay in the position that they're in, then they'll not be able to share that. What they're doing is they'll be sharing for the greater good, for for the highest good. And they're usually a universal soul who has been in a network of family and friends who are not universal. They're attached. They live codependent. There's also a need to recognise that the journey is just starting. You may have thought or felt that this was your life, and then it's gone. Where did everyone go? So there's a need to be free. And the freedom that I speak about is freedom to really bless the moment, where this moment is all there is. I made a video about this earlier, but really this is all we have. It's just this breath, this moment. So I'm just going to allow you to feel that. Just feel into this infinite breath, this present moment. And peace. The moment is a place of the eternal, the infinite, the light, the longing to belong. And when I talk about belonging, I'm talking about belonging in the true sense of the word. Belonging to Source. You may be a person who is deeply, deeply sensitive, in a way that you have so many gifts inside and are so creative with life that you forget who you are because you're so busy with everything else in life, and maybe taking care of other people in a way. It's also a place of deep unity, this belonging that I'm speaking about, where we actually belong together as one source. And so this oneness is a deep place of infinite love, infinite nourishment and joy. It's the light of the soul, and it's who we truly are. This period that we're experiencing just now is a tricky one between the spaces that are created, and it's been played out in the world with people distancing themselves and people not talking. If it was coming from a natural place, very natural inside you, then there isn't an issue with that. But when it comes from a place that's been enforced, then you feel as if your life is being controlled, that everything is changing, and that life has been taken from you. It's also deeply connected with the is deeply connected with I'm trying to get the words here, with the consciousness that is freeing itself. There's a difference between being a person who is conscious and this isn't black or white, or it's not what I'm creating here. It's a place of deep unity with the self, your consciousness. Now, there are lots and lots of people in this world and on this earth who are not aware of their consciousness. They don't connect through their consciousness. And this is a really important message, because there are people, if you're a conscious person and you're living through your consciousness, and you're living with a lot of people around you who are not conscious, it can be very draining. It's exhausting, because you're actually doing a lot of work that other people are not. You're not able to connect because there's nobody there to connect with you, because people are just going around living their everyday lives unaware of a lot of things that are going on. But someone who's conscious and is living from a place of deep awareness and is aware of consciousness, they'll be living in a completely different world from the other people that are in their atmosphere. And if you've been living like that, and then people, I'm talking about being connected with people who are not conscious, and their family and friends, and they're suddenly gone, they're actually helping you in your own evolution. And it doesn't feel like that at the time. It can feel extremely painful. So this message is really coming through to share about our evolution as a conscious soul and our programming, which is the part that needs to leave, and then the awareness that there's something really special going on. It's a place of truth and finding ourselves. We can be in the midst of these energies that I'm talking about. There's gateways opening all the time just now, and they're opening inside us and opening on the earth, because we're all, it's interconnected. And the gateways that are opening up, I would say that in many ways we're all gatekeepers, but we're not all aware of what we're experiencing. A person that's aware of this is gatekeeping. It's someone that knows how to take care of themselves. Again, if you're surrounded by people they might be in their own way gatekeeping, but they're not plugged in. They don't know what they're experiencing. They might be complaining about having a headache, or it was usually a body thing that they're experiencing. And they'll go and see a doctor and all this kind of stuff. That's their journey. But if you are the sensitive soul who's also in the role of the gatekeeper on a conscious level, and you know that you're experiencing profound change on the earth, that you're able to see it, that your body is changing, and it's changing because you're evolving. You can withstand the energies that are coming through in a way that allows you to really feel into who you are. And you can take time for yourself to process and grow through these experiences. You know who you are. So, I guess the message, really, to sum it up, is about awareness. It's about self-growth. It's about our spiritual journey. It's about our freedom. And it's also about this space between spaces, knowing that taking space brings growth and movement that is everlasting. It's not being created by the outside and about control. It's about a deep understanding of the space inside ourselves and being free. Knowing who you are when you're in the midst of the chaos or the clutter or all the nonsense that goes on the earth. Being an individual and being respected for who you are. So respect Also, that's really where my role comes in as a healer, in terms of being able to assist people through their growth and their awakenings and really knowing themselves, and being able to really see someone for who they are. There's a lot I can say about that, but I won't say it just now. It's really important to recognise that you're able to see someone and you see them in their pure form, and that's a great gift for you and for the person that you're greeting. I have always found, personally, as someone who can see, that when I was trying to explain this to someone recently, and I found it quite exhausting, because it's really difficult to put it into words. And also, I felt that this person could see me, and then I realised that they weren't seeing me. Now, it might just be that that's where they are at the present time, but they're not doing me any favours by doing that, or by not being there, reflecting, and respecting. So, being able to see and see the essence in an individual brings a great deal of joy. So for me personally, I very often will see someone and I'm like, oh, because there's someone that I feel a connection with. Connection's everything for me. That's what my life is about connecting. So I might be able to connect with them and see them, and then there's a realisation that they don't see me. When I meet someone who really sees me, there's this oneness and this deep, deep feeling of family, I would call it. It's like connecting with soul family. You really know each other without any words. And words can get in the way. So very often it's just like a passing silent hello. Just kind of nodding your head or whatever it is. And it can be very transient. And I feel as if that's the kind of world that I live in, is that I move between people and I see them. And this period that we're experiencing, I'm finding this really difficult because I haven't been going out very much, and when I do go out, I'm trying to stay within the context of the neighbourhood that I'm in, because I really don't feel that I want to use energy. And I'm living in a world where if I do connect with people, I go out and get some shopping or something, I'm becoming more and more aware that people are really on their own journey, and I'm walking through them and they don't see me, mostly. Yeah. So I guess it's the role of the light worker, the gatekeeper, the healer, whatever you want to call it. But if people that are in my world, that are in my immediate area, are not able to see me, then who am I? Because I'm not connecting with the vibration that matches my own. I'm connecting with different energies, and none of them, or very little, are truly able to connect. So just watch out for things like that. See what that is. Yeah. And if there's anything that you want to share, then just let me know. If I can help in any way, I'm here. There's also a need to recognize that we're moving through space and time at a great rate. We're in a dimensional shift. So it's where the dimensions meet. Maybe, for example, you're meant to be in another dimension where you'll be able to connect with people, including myself. So you need to be able to move into the dimension that and the vibration that you should be living in. So we can move into different dimensions, and you can there's something called timeline jumping that I listen to other healers and other gatekeepers talking about it. I'm not quite sure what that is in terms of because I feel as if I experience timelines all at once. It's all happening at the one time for me. But there's a need to be able to navigate through these dimensions that we're living in, and to be able to connect. If you're going through a lot of personal and spiritual growth. So, again, there's a way to bring us into coherence and into balance. And yeah, if there's, as I said, if there's anything I can do, then I'm here for that purpose. Yeah. I'm listening to a lot of sound just now. I've had a day of really high energy coming through. So have a good day or good evening, wherever you are. Take care of yourselves and take care of your energy. I'll speak to you soon. Namaste.